We have Venus, the planet of love, on the move. Where is it going?
It's leaving the sign of Taurus, where it's been for the last 4 weeks, which is great for Tauruses.
Sure.
And whenever Venus is on the move, it's never bad for anyone. It's known as the lesser benefic, where it bestows fairly decent things, only it stays in the sign for 4 weeks or so. So it's leaving the sign of Taurus, the fixed Earth sign of Taurus, and going into the airy sign, mutable sign of Gemini, which is good news for Tauruses, is because that's the sign that we're in, because it means the money gods are smiling on Taurus for the next 4 weeks or so, because that's how long it stays in the sign. And this is earned income. This is not benefiting from other people's resources. This is finding a way to make more money, or to have more money at the end of your month and more month at the end of your money, which is always a cool thing. So and sometimes it's money falling out of the sky, but more likely it's just a better financial position for Tauruses in general, which will make your bride happy.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes, and then for Geminis, our beleaguered president is probably really happy that Venus, the planet of love, is going into the sign of Gemini for the first time in 14 months, and he finally gets to feel the love. He finally finds out that, yes, he's got allies, and no, it's not as bad as it seems, and yes, some of the things that he's done are begin to pay off, and he can, quite rightfully, Geminis everywhere can take credit for that. So it's a good way. It's a good time for Geminis to expand their personal influence. It's a good time in Geminis' interpersonal one-to-one relationships. So it's pretty much a favorable time where they finally feel the love, where they haven't really felt it for a while. For Cancers, this is in their 12th house of their own undoing. They got to be really careful. Cancers, with Venus in your 12th house, you have to give more than you get. A lot of times it's sort of a selfless kind of, let me take care of you, let me help you out. Every now and then it's, ooh, I can sneak around and not get caught, but I can promise you, you're going to get caught, because Cancers are not that good at it. So they just, and if they do decide to do that, they need to make sure that the pleasure is going to be worth the possible pain that goes along with it. For Leos, it's in their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives, and they get to achieve a long-standing hope, wish, goal, or objective through the help of their well-placed male friends rather than female friends. And somehow, since Venus is in Gemini, the sign of duality, it's sort of like two different projects kind of come together, and it's a symbiotic kind of thing where together those their projects are better than either project is apart. So it's sort of a combining thing, and your friends help you do it, which is a pretty cool thing.
Good, like that.
Yeah. Donald Trump's rising sign is Leo, so he'll like that as well too.
All right.
For Virgos, it's in their 10th house of career and public standing, with Gemini at the top of the chart. Virgos everywhere dream of the job that they get to do once and pays twice. And they actually get the opportunity to do that, or do two jobs that are really the same thing. So it doesn't require a whole lot more effort, but it produces a much better professional result for the Virgo, which is a cool thing. For Libras, it's in their 9th house of the law. Legal matters, educational matters, important matters at a distance. Long distance travel can pop up for Libras. Maybe you can go follow the lightning on the road to success. But it's a very favorable time for them for any kind of negotiations, because the law is on their side, and when the law is on your side, man, you want to use it.
Yeah.
For Scorpios, money sort of, this is about making more money. This is a matter of not earning more money. This is a matter of capitalizing on existing resources, benefiting from your partner's resources. It's not earned income. It's sort of unearned income. If somebody owes you money, they're likely to pay it back. If you're looking for a loan or trying to get some sort of bank to advance you some money, you're very likely to be successful with this energy. And also, something new comes to light, something is revealed that changes things for the Scorpio and helps the Scorpio heal from whatever trauma they went through. For Sagittarians, it's in their 7th house of partners, which is a good place because their partnerships smooth out. Their partners, if they've been having trouble with their partners, their partner extends an olive branch in peace. It's a good time for their public image. It's a good time for Sagittarians to partner up, either in a personal manifestation or a professional manifestation, but they find that they do it much better with a partner than going at something alone. For Capricorns, it's in their 6th house of work, health, and responsibility. Every 14 months or so, you reevaluate where it is you do your job. Not the job that you do, but where it is you do it, the environment you do it in. You get to rehabilitate it or refresh it in one way or another. Or some obstacle that had been in your way for career progression gets out of the way, and you have a much better chance at moving forward in your position. And also, if there's any kind of medical things, good Lord, take care of them. They're not as bad as you think. And with Mercury direct, it's a good time to do that kind of thing. For Aquarians, it's in the 5th house. I want to have as much fun as I possibly can, which again bodes well for hockey players because a lot of them are Aquarians. But it's in their 5th house of love affairs, children, sports. Single Aquarians attract someone. Married Aquarians, that goes very, very well. But it's a very fertile Very, yes, in every sense of the word. So you got to be careful with that. Neuter your dogs and cats and birds. Because when Venus is in the 5th house, it just expands the love principle in your life and the creative principle in your life, so you can create something new, either in a physical sense or an esoteric sense. For Pisces, it's in the 4th house of home. It's time to clean up at home. It's really, when you hear the word spring cleaning, it's sort of about Venus and Gemini, and you want to just get rid of the debris and the clutter and the stuff that's kind of been hanging around, open the windows in a physical and an esoteric sense, and air out your life to a large degree so you can renew it and refresh it. And then for Aries, the last time we're going to talk about, it's in the 3rd house of day-to-day living, so it indicates short distance, short duration travel for Aries, and it's sort of like out and backs, like here to Ocala, here to Orlando, here maybe to Dodger Town, for the state championships. It's that kind of an energy for Aries, and they learn something very useful about their world. So it's I love Venus in Gemini. I think it's good for all of the signs. There really is no bad news for anyone with Venus going into Gemini. So
sounded pretty good to me.
Tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac.
Good. We'll see you next week. Do it again.
Always a pleasure.